I'm designing a custom Lego set of my childhood home for my dad. This is day 83 of every single day. To be fair, there's definitely some gaps there. There's some days that I've missed, and days I've made up too. But let me get you showing or start showing y'all what I've got here. This is the set. I'm building this for my dad because we always bonded over Lego. It's always just a big part of our relationship. Still is. Dude still collects Lego car models. Um, and so I wanted to make this set for him. It's of my childhood home that my dad and my mom raised us kids in. You can see I did the interiors in here too. And it's just I know this house means a lot to him and to the whole family. And then he and my mom sold it and moved to Hawaii a couple years ago when the youngest kid moved out. They're kind of like, we don't want to deal with it anymore. It's too big for what we do. So they got a small house or smaller house, I guess, in Hawaii. Um, so we've already built that thing out. I'm looking at now the instructions because now we're working on the instruction manual. I already ordered the pieces and some of them have arrived. So I've got a box next to me over here, and some of them are still coming. But yeah, so while I wait for those, I'm like getting the manual ready. I think we got almost halfway through. We got like 100 and something. It's 120-ish. Let's see. I don't remember doing that. Maybe we did actually. Now that I think about it, because I remember that. Yes, I remember this now. Okay, cool. We only have 20 minutes, like actually. Did I already close the clock? Let me start my 20-minute timer. But I'm taking my fiance on a date tonight. A friend gave us some free hockey tickets. So we're going to see some hockey, but before that, we're going to dinner. Oh yeah, I was trying to figure out what went on here. Oh, it's like it lost the toilet. Like it like doesn't know what. Yeah, low key. Like if we go to the normal set, let's see what happened over here. But yeah, and so if you can't tell, I'm dressed up. This is me dressed up, which brings me to like on all these topics, we build and we yap. Just tell stories, talk about topics, whatever. So what I wanted to talk about today was which low-key feeling myself, feel like I'm all done up for the date, This is my done up. But it ties into the topic of here, let me get myself back out of the way here so you can actually see the work. Um, but it ties into the topic. I wanted to talk about yeah, there we go, that's better. Um, like local community or local culture, I should say. I freaking love one of my favorite things. Yeah, like what is going on here? Oh yeah, the toilet null break. Okay, yeah, that's so strange. Well, let's just get the. Oh, what the? Oh, because over here I must have done something to it that like messed this up. So let's fix that. Is that the whole thing? Yeah, because this used to be a submodel, so I think that's what's messing with it. It's a submodel no mo. But anyway, so the point was when. Oh yeah, one of my favorite things is okay, how do I actually select it though? There we go. Yeah, I really don't know how I'm supposed to select that. There we go. That hide command always comes in handy. Thanks to one of my commenters that kept like saying, dudes, stop moving things and just use the hide command. I was like, yeah, good point. And it actually is so helpful. So thank you. I'm blanking on his name, but he's been a viewer for a minute now. But yeah, so what was I saying? Community, local community. I really enjoy, like, I moved to Tucson, what, 2 years ago? I guess a year and a half ago now with my fiance. it has been one of the funnest things, just getting to immerse ourselves in the local culture. I mean, I grew up in Mesa area, like Phoenix area, so like I definitely okay, we're good here now. Let's go back to the instructions. It's the only thing. We'll have to move all those pieces we just threw in there. I'm sure they're in the totally wrong step now, but we'll get there. Um, and so like yeah, like I know Arizona culture, I guess, but in Phoenix area, it's pretty bland, I guess. And maybe I was just kind of disconnected from it. Who knows? But I really felt like it wasn't all that. Okay, now we got to figure out what step. That's probably at the end though, because I just added it. Let's see, 107. So we probably want to add it. Maybe not. What step did I put these on? I'm sure there's a faster way to do this that I just don't know yet. Um, but yeah, and so we were living in Utah, and it was just not a good culture fit for me. It honestly was terrible for my mental health, and I would never live there again, no matter what. Honestly, my company is headquartered, like the place I work is headquartered in Utah, and even if it meant losing my job, I just could not move back to Utah. Like it just, it's great for some people. It is not for me, and so that's okay, you know. Um, okay, I don't know what step these are gonna go to, but whoops, I know it'll at least not be this step. It'll be closer to one of these steps down here. So yeah, it's been cool like leaving Utah and getting to like get into a culture that like I just have enjoyed so much more. Um, I really appreciate how okay, I totally moved that to the wrong step. What step is it supposed to be? Probably either that one or that one. Maybe we do this one because it's pretty simple. So what is that? 95. Um, sorry, all these toilets are taking way too long. But yeah, so I've really enjoyed getting to see. Oh shoot, I already forgot. Was it 95? Let's try that. Oh yeah, perfect. Um, let's go to 100. See where it's at. So we gotta keep going. It's just been such a cool experience. Tucson is like way stronger of like a Sonoran culture than Phoenix. Like it's way more like Sonoran Mexico slash just like the Sonoran Desert down here. Like way more just like embracing the desert versus I feel like Phoenix was always just trying to be just a metro area. So like not super strong regional culture, you know. Um, and like, you know, that is what it is. Like it's not a bad thing. Like it's got its own, I don't know. There's definitely benefits living in a metro area. Like you have so many more cool um like resources, you know, like bigger sports teams, more sports teams, and bigger artists come through, and all that. Got my pregame drink over here. I'll get to that in just a sec. But yeah, and so like lots of fun stuff like that. But it's like it's like you mix so many cultures together by being a metro area that no one culture, I don't know, is like the primary one, and so then it just feels almost generic. It's like you're averaging too many things to the point where you kind of you've lost any, you couldn't pick out a specific one. I mean, you could pick out a couple dominant like influences on the culture overall, but it's like at the end of the day, like you're not, I don't know, it's not one unified culture. It's like a bunch of, it's like the average of a bunch of cultures. You know what I mean? So again, not a terrible thing. Like I'm glad everyone can live together and all that, but like it's been cool down here to feel a much stronger sense of the Sonoran culture and just like it's all the little things like okay, back to my fit, like wearing the denim, you know, like I know that's like across the Southwest US that's common, right? And like in previous eras, it's been common not just in the Southwest US, but like I thought that's a cool. I don't know. I see it often. I've adopted it myself, and I love it. It's honestly comfortable by not being comfortable, if that makes sense. Like it doesn't grip your body like all the modern clothing does, and I like that. And it just feels sick. Like you just feel cool wearing it. So I like that. As dumb as that sounds. And then you have things like agave. Like every restaurant you go to is gonna have their form of a marg. Um, I'm really into I guess I always liked tequila, but I've gotten more into like mezcal and stuff recently. So that comes to my drink here, where I've got mezcal. I mean, it's kind of a skinny marg, I guess. Mezcal with some Pro Baller, which is I think a Tempe, Arizona energy drink, just to get some caffeine in me. Um, I don't drink a ton of caffeine, but funny enough, I end up drinking it most on like Friday nights when it's like we're gonna go out and do something, and I just know I'm not gonna have the energy for it. Because every other night I'm like I'm in bed before 10. Like I'm trying to be asleep by 10 is my goal. Usually it's asleep a little bit later than that, but not hugely later. So yeah, we've got Pro Baller, Mezcal, and um, some lime juice. I think I had to use some lemon juice too because I ran out of lime juice, unfortunately, on my fiance's marg I made for her. She just likes normal tequila. But I love that smokiness. I don't know. It just gets across that heat. Like I love the heat. Like, can you tell I grew up in Arizona? I I do love just like I love spicy things. I love smoky things. I love okay, what's gonna be the best angle to understand what's going on here? Honestly, I guess we could leave that one they have just because it's kind of nice to. Yeah, let's leave it. I think you can tell good enough what's going on, and I'd rather leave the same view. Okay. Okay, what is this is a terrible angle. So let's change this one. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, I've loved that too. Like that's been a fun part of the culture. Like just everything's agave, right? Like we're going to a place tonight that's just like heavy agave, and I mean I've always loved Mexican food growing up in Arizona. Got a lot of it, a lot of good Mexican food, and I feel like here it's even more so. But here it's more precise than just Mexican. Like that, I feel like that's a big difference. Up there, it's Mexican. Yeah, you still have your like just general Mexican stuff here, but you also have just like Sonoran food. Like things will be like specifically Sonoran food, and it's like if you were to make American food. Like yeah, you can have like burgers, which are just generally American, and but it's like you, and I mean, I guess Philly cheesesteaks or New York thin crust pizza or Chicago deep dish pizza. Um, like yeah, those are like those are regional, you know what I mean? But like, I mean, yeah, they're regional. Or like Nashville, hot chicken. Like yeah, those are all regional ones. But it's like if you go abroad, like I don't know, do they just call it American food and then it's just like burger and pizza, but like it doesn't have the nuances of what makes a deep dish Chicago pizza so good or a um, New York style pizza crust good or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm wondering, like, if that's kind of the equivalent. So down here, it's been cool of like, it's not just Mexican food, it's Sonoran food or other regions in Mexico that have their own unique flair to it, you know? Sorry, y'all, I just realized I was not fully zoomed in, so hopefully this is a little bit better now. So I've really liked that too, just to get to know the local foods better. And I feel like I never saw that in Phoenix area. Maybe that's on me. Maybe it was just growing up. We didn't eat out much growing up. Um, so maybe that's it. Okay, what is going on this step? 141. Oh, it's literally empty. So nothing. Okay, cool. Yeah, two of these, one of those, and then we throw them all in. Perfect. I like that. So that's been really cool too. And then yeah. So yeah, I guess I kind of crammed a lot in these steps, but it should be hopefully pretty straightforward. Like you're just adding layer. So I feel like it should be pretty easy to be like, oh, we got something wrong. Okay. I do like that it's keeping it at the same angle. I feel like that makes it a lot easier to follow. I know when I'm building this, it's like I would sometimes try to orient it to the way that the picture has it to make sure you're getting it right. So it's nice to not have to like spin your model around. Um, okay. Just move that over there. Maybe that's better. Yeah. So yeah, I've liked that a lot. Just getting to know the local culture. I do think I like had a head start just being in Arizona already. But like I never thought I'd move back to Arizona. Growing up, I was like, yeah, I'm trying to get out of here. And I had my time away, but then when I came back, I think part of it was being in Tucson. It's not the same Arizona I knew growing up. Maybe that's just fully because I lived with my parents versus now I'm living on my own and can decide what I want that experience to look like. But it's been really cool. So I'm hyped though to see. I'm kind of sad, kind of fun though, kind of excited for the new adventure of moving to um, Portland. So we're moving up there this coming what May, I guess. So like literally in a month. Yeah, I guess a month and a week maybe. Moving up there for I mean just to be closer to my fiance's family because she graduates, and so there's no like we moved down here because she's going to getting a graduate degree at U of A. Um, and so there's not like a real need to be down here anymore. There's not a great angle for this, I'm realizing. I think we'll just leave it as is. I think I'll know like the four spots and then that's over there. So I think that's as good as it's gonna get. That's straightforward. That's straightforward. Okay, that's a lot in one. So let's see. We may need to split it into a second one, but we'll see. So yeah, so I'm a little nervous because I've come to really love the culture down here, but I think what I've liked is just like being able to really dive into whatever the local culture is. And so up there, I do think Portland has some strong culture. So I do like that. We'll see. We'll see how well I jive with it, like I guess that's always the nervousness. Like, am I gonna like it? Is it gonna be just like something I don't, it's like great for the local people, but not for me. Like Utah, which I think Utah's got some other things going on, right? Like you have a religion that drives the culture there that I just was not a part of, and so then you feel like a bit of a outcast or disconnected from the culture just because you don't subscribe to the religion that drives the culture, or that it's all based around. Um, so yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe that is just a unique scenario. But either way, I think it is honestly. The more I talk about that, more I'm like thinking through it as I'm talking to y'all. It's like, yeah, that is a unique situation. So I don't think Portland's going to be like that. And so I'm hyped. I fully plan to dive into that culture as well because I find that the culture like makes the environment like not only livable but enjoyable. Like here, it's like you see all these sharp plants around, and there's not grass that you're like running around on, but you're like, yeah, it's the agave that I'm drinking and that I'm eating and you know what I mean, like that. And yeah, my clothing's thicker, but loose, and so it's honestly nice when you have like a desert breeze come through and protects you from the sun and it protects you from the sharp things. Like I bought boots down here, not because I'm any kind of cowboy, but just because it's I don't know, it's just what people wear, you know? So I really come to love that. So it's a little bit heartbreaking to like move away from that, but I am very open to see what Oregon has to offer. Like the something cool that's unique up there is like it's an old like Portland was founded. I don't know what year. I'm still learning all my trivia. But a long time ago, like Lewis and Clark, literally. You know what I mean? And so it's like Arizona's got that long history pre-US, but Portland has that long US history, which is kind of cool. Um, so that's going to be different. Um, but like, yeah, like here it's you got the really cool, yeah, Spanish influence, yeah, Indian influence, like Native American Indian. I don't know. I don't know what the right one is there, guys. I feel like I've heard both. I always grew up with Indian. We had an Indian reservation, like I was the only white kid on my bus. Everyone else, all the rest of the stops were Indian reservation, and it was called the Indian Reservation. You know, like the Pima Indian Reservation. So I don't know what the correct term is, but let me know if you know, and I'll use it. Like I'm not trying to offend anyone. Um, but yeah, anyway, so up there, it's like you do have the Indian populations, as far as I know, just different ones, obviously different tribes than down here. But you also have just a deeper, a longer, like yeah, literally white American history up there. So I'm curious to see how that impacts things. And Portland, just with their keep Portland weird, like they've got a strong culture up there. So I guess we'll see. Like, excuse me. Uh, we'll see how that shows up throughout. And I'm going in with an open mind. Like that's been one of my favorite things is just like go into it and see what the local people are like and adopt some of their values and take what you can, learn what you can, and leave what you don't like. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to take everything. Um, I think there's value everywhere. I think it's the same as like learning. Like there's so many different ways to live a good life, in my opinion, and there's so many different ways to learn about how to live a good life. Excuse me. That's one of the big reasons I didn't like Utah was there's just this idea that there was one good life and there was one way to figure out how to learn that good life or learn to live that good life. Oh, there's my timer. I gotta jump so I can hit this date. But at the end of the day, I'm a big believer in there's a million ways and a million ways to learn it. And I think everyone brings something to the table. So I'm excited to go up there, see a totally new place, new adventure, and learn what the locals have to teach me. You know, go in with an open heart, and like it's bound to be a good experience. I may not like all of it, but like there's gonna be things I like. So anyway, with that, thanks y'all for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe. You know, all the stuff that helps support this channel. Comment, please comment. I do love your comments. It's so fun to feel like I'm actually talking to someone. It's not just to the mirror, you know. Um, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.